So my friends, ShAPPS has just announced that the NHS app is going to act as a coronavirus passport for foreign and international travel. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about that because first of all, number one, I don't really like the NHS app. I have to say, I don't really like being tracked and traced and all that malarkey. And secondly, even Apple themselves, I don't know about Android, we're not going to go into that discussion. Apple themselves have said, we don't really like the NHS app. It's a bit glitchy, it's not very precise. And that to me says, if Apple's not sure about it, how can I be sure about it? Anyway, we'll go into the story, I'll read it to you, tell me what you think about it. Do you think it's a good idea incorporating the coronavirus passport into the NHS app, or should it be done some other way, like maybe in the chip in your passport, or a separate card or things like that? I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Anyway, before we do that, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, click that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Also, before we go any further, there's a little thumb down there, just click it, the one that's pointing upwards like that. Anyway, come on, onwards. Gets me when you drive up at traffic lights. You pull up at traffic lights, somebody gets really right close up to you at the back, so you move forward a little bit and then they inch forward again. You think, hang on a minute, I've just moved out your way. So you move forward a little bit, then they move forward again. You think, give it a rare. You want to get out and say, what's the matter with you, man? Eh? Why you keep trying to get right on my backside? Come on, jeez. Anyway, that's my whinge for the day. You know, the old Victor Meldrew. Come on, we'll get to this news story. Onwards. There we go. Right, okay, let's get down to business. So, first of all, what I want you to do is, I want you to tell me your thoughts in the comments down below about this. Do you have the NHS app on your phone? I personally don't, and I know that we're tracked anyway. It's just, I've read reports by Apple that they say the app doesn't quite work properly, so I don't really want that on my phone, to be fair. And I don't know what you think. Personally, I don't want the NHS app on my phone, and a lot of you are going to say, well, if you don't, then you're not going to go on holiday. I just don't think it's the right way. I don't mind having a travel passport or a COVID-19 passport, but I don't think incorporating it into the NHS app is the right way to do it. I think put in the chip in your passport, be done with it. They've got a little chip in that passport, put it in there, have you been vaccinated, job done. Right, let's move on and I'll read you this story. Two magpies there, that's well, two for joy, isn't it? Right, okay, so we've got here COVID-19 NHS app to be used as coronavirus passport for international travel, ShAPPS confirms. Okay, so Britons will find out which countries they will be able to enjoy quarantine-free travel to this summer in the next couple of weeks. As the Transport Secretary confirmed, an NHS app will be used as a COVID-19 passport for travel abroad. Under Prime Minister Boris Johnson's roadmap for lifting the lockdown restrictions, international travel without one of the current exemptions, which exclude holidays, will not be allowed any earlier than the 17th of May, which we already know that. Ministers have set out plans for a traffic light system to be used this summer to categorise different destinations. Let me close that window, it's a bit noisy. And speaking on Wednesday, Transport Secretary ShAPPS revealed in the next couple of weeks he will be able to give details on which countries have made it on the green list, which is good news. There will be destinations where Britons will be able to travel without having to quarantine on their return, although there will still be need to undergo a COVID-19 test before their departure, as well as on their return to the UK. So you're going to still have to have a cotton wool bud shoved right up your nose. if that's your thing. Horrible, that, awful. Mr. ShAPPS also confirmed an NHS app will be used to allow Britons to demonstrate whether they have had the COVID-19 jab or tested negative for the virus before travelling abroad. It will be the NHS app that is used for people when they book appointments with the NHS and so on, to be able to show you that you've had your vaccine or that you've had the testing, he added. I'm working internationally with partners across the world to make sure the system can be internationally recognised. I still think if it's not the NHS app where you track and trace, if it's just the normal NHS app that they're talking about, then I still think personally that it should be incorporated into your passport. Here's a point, and here's a problem and an issue that I have. What if you haven't got one of these phones? What if you haven't got a smartphone? Not everybody has, right? Not everybody's got a smartphone. All right, you're going to say, oh, everybody has a smartphone nowadays, but not everybody does have, especially the elder generation, who are the ones that go abroad. What about the ones that travel south and travel to Spain for the holidays, and they might only have like a little... My mum used to have a phone, and she had just a little normal mobile phone with no apps, no smartphone. So you're going to have an issue there. That's where I think maybe incorporate it into the passport chip itself, which makes total sense. You've got a chip in your passport. It's internationally known. Every country that I know of is that way now. So I think that's the way to go. But anyway, I'm not the government. Government sources clarified that the app would not be the NHS COVID app. Right, okay, there we go then. So it's not the COVID app, it's a normal NHS app. However, again, if you haven't got a cell phone, smartphone, it isn't going to work. Currently used to check into venues. Okay, so it isn't that. That's good, because that app is just terrible. It's not good at all. And Mr. ShAPPS said that he was awaiting data from the government's joint biosecurity centre before being able to state which countries would be deemed green, amber or red under the traffic light system. He also warned that there was a need to be very cautious about allowing Britons to freely travel abroad again. And what does that mean? Cautious about us travelling freely again? What, forever? Beyond our shores, we are seeing the highest levels of coronavirus that we have seen so far in the entire pandemic right now, he added. I mean, that is a good point. There's a lot of countries, we're doing really well now, thanks to our vaccination programme. That is a positive note. We're doing really, really well with our vaccination programme. Again, comments down below, keep them nice. It's all a nice family here. What do you think about travelling abroad? I have seen people on my channel say I don't think we should be travelling abroad at the moment. I think we should be staying at home, keeping our country safe, closing the borders off, spending our money here, and other people in the opposite spectrum saying I don't want to spend my money in England, it's rip off Britain and I'd rather go abroad, I'm not spending any money here. What's your thoughts? Let's get the comments rolling down below. Sorry about that, guys. Ran out of battery there on my Insta360 Go 2. Anyway, got my camera here now, rested up on a little Chinese plastic box that I told you in the last episode that Sarah saves hundreds of them. So they've come in handy. Sarah, if you're watching, which you're probably not because you don't watch any of my videos, brilliant. It's great, fantastic, multi-uses. Anyway, let's move on, wrap this things up. Mr. ShAPPS said the government would be monitoring vaccination rates, infection levels, concerns about coronavirus variants and the accuracy of a country's COVID-19 reporting when deciding on how to categorise foreign destinations. A number of countries have already said they're hoping to welcome back tourists this summer. Portugal's ambassador to the UK, Manuel Lobo Antunes, told Sky News he was hopeful that British holidaymakers could be allowed to travel to his country by the middle of May. And I love Portugal, by the way. Love it. I did a series of vlogs from there. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They're really good. I thoroughly enjoyed Portugal. And obviously Spain's waiting to welcome us back as well. What I want you to answer in the comments down below is my concern with this is how you incorporate this COVID-19 vaccination certificate. I personally think incorporating it in an NHS app on one of these is not the way to go. Who am I to say put it in the passport, put it in the little chip in your passport, the biometric passports or whatever they are. If you're watching, Grant or Boris, why can't we do that? Everyone's got a passport, not everyone's got one of these. And you might say, what if you lose your passport? Before you start commenting on that one, if you lose your passport, you're not going to go overseas anyway. So incorporate it in the passport. What do you think? Comments down below. Let's get these comments rolling, guys. Also, please hit that thumbs up. It does help. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well, guys. Stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which is a bit later on because I'm in Borough Market. See you there. Bye-bye.